This is the Morning Swim Show for Friday, February 18th, 2011. I'm your host, Peter Bush. In the Phoenix Monitor today, we'll talk to Dan Flack. He's the head coach of Baylor Prep School in Tennessee. The girls just broke the overall national high school record in the 200 freestyle relay at their state championships. Dan Flack joins us right now in the Phoenix Monitor from Chattanooga. Coach, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing well, thank you. Congrats on the great swimming at your state championships.
Thank you very much.
I hear there's a pretty interesting story behind this 200 free relay. Let's hear it.
Well, the simple fact is I agonized about this relay quite a bit because there were probably about 9 different combinations I could have used that I thought could have gotten a pretty darn good results. But as we went to the meet, it just became clear that we had a couple kids swimming real hot, so it made the decision a little bit easier for me. But for weeks, I was trying to figure out exactly I knew we could do a really good relay, but I just wasn't quite sold on the combinations. So
we'll let them grab the phone real quick. All right, so it's a problem that every coach would love to have. You've got plenty of depth in your on your team. So what'd you end up going with? Describe, tell me who the swimmers were, how you put them in order, their split times, the whole 9 yards.
We started out with Kristen Vriedeveld, and she was the most important leg. She's a real up and comer in the swimming world. We knew she was going to be really fast at this meet. She went 22.4 in the individual race. So I'm a big believer in getting that big time leadoff leg on a relay and getting out in front, and that's what we did. And I knew that if Kristen could equal or come close to what she did in the individual race, that we would have a chance at putting up a really, really quick time. And I thought I was delighted to see her actually go 1/100th faster than she did in the individual race. So we were kind of rolling from there. Second girl is a great story. She's Ashley Yearwood. She's a junior. Had a tough year last year. Hers her first year at the school, adjusting to things, had some things to deal with, but she grew up a ton this year. She's a neat kid. We redefined how she swam. I told her, she used to swim like 1972 when we wanted to get her to swim like 2011. And she split 23.7, I believe. And our third leg was Emma Michaels, who is a senior. And Emma's first lap was pretty good, but boy, her second lap, she came off that wall and her legs were thumping. And I was nudging my coaches going, look at those legs, she's hauling. And she split 23.4. And then I've been real blessed to have Arden Pittman now for 4 years on our team here at Baylor. And I've never flinched. Arden goes last on every relay no matter what, because I know that she's not going to let anybody catch her, and she will give it all for the team. She always has. And she had a great split on the end at 23 flat. So it was nice. The relay starts were fast, but not too fast. And it was just a real fun event.
She had a senior finish it out. She gets to see that you break the record. I imagine plenty of tears of joy there.
It was a really emotional meet, because this is my 5th year now at Baylor, and I actually started working with a couple of those kids on the relay and on our team as 8th graders. So we've been through a lot together, and we've each grown up as the program's grown up, and it was one of the more emotional swim meets I've been to in a long, long time.
Tell me about the girl who led off again, 22.4.
Yes, that's Kristen Vriedeveld. She comes from a swimming family. I actually briefly swam with her father at the University of North Carolina in Chapel Hill way back in the day. Her dad is a teacher here, and he was actually the first guy to contact me about the position here at Baylor. She has a older brother, Nathan, who is a sophomore at the University of Virginia. He's was a multi-time All-American for us. Swam at nationals this summer. Very talented kid. And also, Kristen had an older cousin, Michael, who swam here and was an All-American for us and a state champion in the 50 free a couple years back. So they come from a good swimming family, and she's Kristen's really done a good job of training this year. She's grown up a ton, developmentally, both swimming and personality-wise, and she's a lot of fun to work with.
What year is Kristen?
She's a sophomore.
Wow.
She's 15 years old.
Wow,
So,
that's some talent.
yes, and she works hard too. That helps.
Well, I know a couple years ago the Baylor girls won the mythical Swimming World high school championships. How would this year's team compare?
It's funny. I knew we could be good, but we had one. We just had one of those meets where from the very first race we were kind of rolling, and we actually scored significant, about 60 more points at our state championship than the national championship team did. This team is deeper for sure than that team was. We go 3-4 deep in of All-American times in most of our races. So this team, there wasn't as much of an emphasis. I thought that girls team a couple years ago could win it all. This year we didn't talk anything about that. We just talked about being a good team and maximizing things, and they've really come around. So we'll see how it all plays out. I'm just, we can't control what other folks do. I'm just pleased, tickled to death with what we've been able to accomplish.
Well, congratulations on the great meet, and tell the girls congratulations from us at Swimming World TV.
Thank you. We sure will. Thank you for having me.
All right, that's Dan Flack joining us from Chattanooga, Tennessee. That is it for today's show. I'm Peter Bush, reminding you to keep your head down at the finish.